Go ahead, record. Come on. Go. Here we go. Here we go. Happy Thursday, everyone, on February 22nd, 2024. Jumping on. It's been a hot minute. It's probably been like a week and a half, maybe not that long, maybe just a week, where I've gone live and chatted about my challenge that I gave myself. Some of you are very much aware, one sec, where I've gone live. Some of you are very much aware of the challenge that I gave myself. It's a 30-day challenge. And before I go further, I do want to, although it doesn't look so bad on my phone, my background is a little, I don't know, the sun coming in, shades are down. Anyhow, it's a good thing I put on a color shirt. Yes. Otherwise, I'd be blending into my walls right about now. And thank goodness my hair is this vivacious red. Anyway, enough of that. So most of you are aware, or some of you are aware, that I've given myself a 30-day challenge to discuss, share, teach, and inspire you about everything regarding strength training and the journey that I've been on for a very long time. So I'll give you a little bit of history about me, in case you're not sure who I am. Maybe you're bumping into me for the very first time. So let me introduce myself. Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. I'm a holistic integrated teacher, certified licensed holistic personal trainer, Reiki master teacher, card creator, card reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology. The list goes on and goes on and goes on. I have been in the health, fitness, and wellness industry since I'm 12 years old. Yes, I did say 12. I'm literally going to be 54 years old in 2 weeks. So you do the math. I've been in this field for quite some time. I've known since I was 12, since I had the opportunity to teach or shall I say, student teach a gymnastics class. And in that very moment of teaching, I knew right then and there that my mission, my purpose, my calling is to help women transform their physical body. Now, over the years, and I've been doing that for a very long time, helping women get healthier, get in shape, set specific short and long-term goals, whether it's to fit in their wedding dress, get back into shape after having a baby, prepared for a competition, prepared for a marathon, whatever it might have been. I've done that over the years. I have also done that for myself as well. I am a former natural competitive bodybuilder. I have transformed my body, oh my goodness, more times than I can count. And in addition to, in fact, I'm going to see if I can bring it up just to and I won't bring it up. I'm going to keep it here for now. In addition to transforming my body based on bodybuilding competitions, I've also transformed my body after having my daughter, who's going to be 30 this September. And I've also had 2 major surgeries, a hip replacement, and also prior to that hip replacement, I had what they called a grapevine of fatty tumors sitting in my left hip. So all of that, of course, if you've ever experienced having any type of surgery, minor or major, that knocks you off your feet for a little while, and sometimes it creates some what would I want to call it? It creates some limitations, some weaknesses, some imbalances in our bodies. Therefore, what I've done all my life is make sure my body stays strong enough so when I had to undergo any of these experiences, I knew at that very moment that I would be able to get myself back to the health and the strength and the wellness and the conditioning that I was in prior to. And that's what I'm pretty much here to share with you about today, based on my journey that I like to share with you. All the things that I've done. I do get many people emailing me questions in reference to topics that I can come here and share with you to give you some insight to how to get yourself going. So I'm always interested in welcoming comments and questions. So if there's a topic that you would like to learn about regarding strength and wellness, nutrition, and everything in between, feel free to send those comments and questions over to healingwithin76@gmail.com. Now, in addition to starting my calling or purpose since I'm 12, over the years, I'm going to say give and take about 13, 14 years ago, my purpose, my calling has changed just a little bit, where it's not just about the physical body anymore. Now it's really about the physical connecting with the mind, connecting with the emotion and the spiritual. So there's a really big blend there where really connecting the physical being, the mental being, the emotional being, and bringing the spirit into connection to bring it into a holistic unity, as I like to call it. And there's so many, from my experience, who are so disconnected with their physical body, which I believe as we do move forward in the times that we are living in now, that that's going to change. That is going to change. We are definitely going to, I'm definitely, you're definitely, we're all definitely going to start to witness more and more people becoming aware and more attuned and awakened to their physical body. Now, I always talk about how our physical body is really our biggest messenger in regards to different things our body sends us as messages. So if for whatever the reasons are, you have ever experienced any type of physical symptoms or physical struggles with your body, know that that's just your body's way of bringing you back to center. You just have to be quiet enough to tap into your body to find out what it is your body wants you to do, as opposed to being so quick to think that there's something medically wrong with you. Now, I'm not against going to your doctor to find out if there's something more serious to be concerned about. Indirectly, when we do have physical symptoms showing up in our body, that is serious because it's our body's way of letting us know something's not aligned. It's not to the point where we have to rush to the doctor and get what I like to refer to as the Western medicine. If we can come back into the holistic process of things, go back to the old ways, the old medicine, the natural medicine, such as herbs, essential oils, exercise, meditation, rest, water, foods, natural foods that brings our body back to the natural state of being, our body will learn how to heal itself on its own with a little bit of help by you, by again engaging into these natural medicines, as opposed to unfortunately putting artificial, I'm going to use that word, artificial or man-made medicine into the body. Then that itself causes other issues too. So again, very important to start paying attention to what it is your body is actually saying. So what I'm going to be sharing today about a couple of things, just to start off with, this live today, day 18, I believe it is, of the 30-day challenge, was actually inspired by a conversation I had with a student of mine who is also a colleague of mine. And that usually happens where people do come to me, in case you're not aware, do come to me to take on some sort of certifications, whether it's a Reiki practitioner, Reiki mastership, medical, astrology, card readings, numerology. These are all some of the many teachings that I offer to help you advance in your studies, and may even help you to advance to the point where you start to teach a lot of what you learn. So this conversation was actually inspired, and I'm going to tag her. I don't know if she's going to be able to watch this live because I do believe she is working, but I do want her to know that I am talking about her, and not so much about her, but I'm sharing a conversation that she and I had earlier. And that's what I do in reference that when I get inspired by different conversations that I do have with different people based on this 30-day challenge, I come up with ideas. That's my Aquarius energy. I come up with ideas in reference to coming here in front of you to share this information, because if there's a conversation that's going on in my head, there's a good probability that there's somebody out there like yourself that needs this information. So why not share it? So I want to start off just by sharing some energy for today. And I think that's going to be really the gateway to the conversation that I did have with my client / colleague earlier today, leading right into what I'm going to be sharing and with you all regarding the challenge. So to start off with, we are on an amazing day, energetically speaking, based on planets, which is our astrology, and also numerology. I'm sure it's already 3:24 p.m. Eastern time. I'm sure at some point today you have written out the date. And hopefully you didn't write it out as February 22, 2024, that you actually wrote it out as 2/22, 2024. Why? Why do I say that? Well, to start off with, those numbers, February in itself is a very powerful month because it does carry the number 2, because it's the second month out of the year. And because it's the second month out of the year, especially when we move further into the month where we move into that what is it, third week of the month? I have to look at my calendar to be sure. Sometimes I don't know these things offhand. So yes, it's let's go like this. Once we move into the category of that 20 right through 29, we get some amazing energies that go on. And let's not forget the actual date of February 2nd, where that's where it started, that one day, which was the portal day, known as that choo-choo energy. And what is a portal, in case you're not familiar with portals? Portals just means the energy between the human realm and the spiritual realm becomes so thin that it gives us the easiest ability to speak to spirit. It also opens up the access for anybody who may be ready to cross over and travel back home as well. So pay attention to that in this energy that we are in. So with today's energy, as it being 2/22/2024, there are 5 2s in today's energy. And that's powerful right off itself, because those 5 2s are reminding us about the relationships and partnerships and friendships that we have with one another, and also how the relationship, how we value our physical material possessions, and how we value money for that matter. The number 2 is very much associated with Taurus energy on your astrology chart. So you may want to, at some point today, go peek at your astrology chart just to see how all this energy for today is playing a role in activating some of your chart for today. So in addition to those 5 2s, let's break it down. So we have the 22. So the number 22 in numerology, in numerology is known as the master builder. It's a master number. And because it is a master number and it's a master builder, it's like, it's a big message on what are you building today? What do you focus on building today? Are you focused on building a healthy version of you, a healthy body, a stronger body? Are you focused on building, let's say, a stronger business, stronger friendship? What are you building? That's that 22 energy. And when you look at that 22, you literally have 2 22s powered together. So that makes that energy even more powerful, because it's not only a portal of master numbers, it's a mirror. So it's that mirror of people that you may see already who are building something, and those may be the people that are inspiring you to want to build something. So in addition to that, where we have the double 22, we're also looking at the 3 2s. Now the 3 2 is a reminder that today is about holding your faith, holding your trust, trusting this energy that you are in right now. So you are also being guided. You are also being guided and supported through spirit to take that step forward, to create something bigger than what you can imagine it to be. So pay attention to that as well. Just want to see if I can call in anybody who might be around. So give me one moment. All right. One more thing to do, and then I'll come back to my thought. There we go. So as I was saying, so that 22 is your mirror, and then your 3 2s, which is about maintaining your faith and trusting your journey that you are on today. So now when you take the overall date and you add the overall number up, you're going to get a 14, which in numerology, we reduce all numbers down to a single digit unless it's a master number. So 14 reduces to a 5. So this day itself is a big reminder that there's change to be made. There's change to be made. There's freedom to step into. There's your creativity to tap into, your self-expression. Also to remember to play today. Do things that are going to bring more play into your day. It could be playing in reference of having conversations with when you're more playful. It could be like literally playing. Like doing something that brings in your inner child to the story and literally playing. Now, in addition to that 5, based on the overall date for today, which is really interesting, is the moon today. The daily moon energy happens to be in Leo. Now, Leo is associated with the 5th house. So again, that's another big reminder when we talk about moon energy, it's about how you feel. How do you feel about change? Are you somebody that appreciates change, or do you like change when you're in charge of it? Like, that's usually me. When I'm in charge of change, I'm all for it. When change just suddenly happens, and that usually happens more time than when I'm in charge of it, that throws me off course sometimes. And it's okay, because change is so necessary, because as humans, we get so stuck in a rut, so stuck in a routine. And when we're in a routine and we're comfortable, comfortability doesn't allow for growth. So if there's anyone out there right now who's saying they're comfortable where they are in their life, you're literally not growing. And we're in a time in our lives now that spiritual growth is such a big thing. So you don't want to be comfortable. You really want to like sort of step to the edge of the ledge and see if you can like calibrate yourself to make some changes. Yeah. So today's daily moon is in Leo. So that's our 5th house. It's about the freedom. It's about the change. It's about unpredictability as well. And again, unpredictability is good. It's like spontaneousness. And then there's courageousness. There's your charisma. You have to be courageous and willing to be willing to make changes. Then in addition to that, there's your adventure, doing something adventurous, doing something different, challenging yourself is what I just heard is the word for today. Challenge yourself. So whatever it is that you're doing, take the opportunity to do it differently, to challenge yourself so you can change something. So in addition to the moon, the daily moon being in Leo, I want to give you some aspects that are actually happening today. And this is actually literally for today, February 22nd, 2024. So if you are watching this video on the replay, and this will be on a replay, know that this energy that we have for today, even though it's for today's energy, this is energy that's actually going to spring you forward for days to come and months to come and even years to come. So even though the energy, the aspects of it is for today, this is energy that's motivating us and like charging the battery for you to do something. So here's some of the aspects that we have going on for today. And I'm going to stay with the moon for right now. So the daily moon's energy is in what's called a square. So when there's a square, it just means that there's a challenge, an obstacle of some sort. That doesn't mean it's a negative thing or a bad thing. It just means that there's something there to challenge you. Again, that word challenge. Remember, we don't want to get caught up in being stuck and being comfortable. So when a challenge comes up, it's almost like the universe steps in to sort of push you. So there's a square between the moon and Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion in regards to our spiritual expansion, our spiritual wisdom, and of course our expansion in regards to the things that we're doing. Now, remember that, or maybe you don't know this, Jupiter is also responsible for our physical weight. So those of you who have a very strong Jupiter energy in it, and you do have Taurus in Jupiter, or your sun, moon, or ascending sign happens to be in Taurus, because that's where Jupiter is right now, you might have put on some weight, some extra pounds. Let me talk about that. Now, I have spoken about this topic in the beginning of February on 2 summits, and so many of us have been programmed to believe that when we put on extra weight, when the scale number goes up, if you're looking at the scale or you go to put your clothes on, they don't fit right, you sort of get panicky and want to change your dietary habits, or you want to add extra steps to your walking, or you want to do some cardio activity, or whatever it is you're looking to do, because you really want to go and, in the old word, lose the weight. Now, in theory, there's sometimes reasons to why weight shows up. especially when we speak of the spiritual energy, the planetary energy coming and playing a role here with Jupiter. Whereas if you are that person that has put on a few extra pounds due to you having sun, moon, or ascending sign in Taurus, know that that energy is showing up perhaps to slow you down or to ground you, because you may have a lot going on in your life right now, and it could very well be there just to support and protect you. So pay attention to that and know that that extra weight will eventually fall off, be released naturally without you having to change anything for that to happen. It could also be just a little like nudge on the shoulder to let you know that there's something you need to pay attention to that is related to your weight and your health. So there's so many reasons to why these things happen. So rather than being so quickly to want to release it out, pay attention to why it's showing up to begin with. So that's that moon squaring in Jupiter's energy. Again, the moon is in Leo and Jupiter's in Taurus energy. So then we also have a square with the moon and Uranus. Now again, Uranus is also in Taurus. So Uranus is about, as I like to call it, the midlife crisis. It's also the awakening planet. So it's about awakening the relationships that you are in, awakening the relationship that you have with yourself, awakening the relationship you have with your body as well. It could also be about chaos that very well could be showing up. And that chaos, again, is another message from the universe just to get you to move forward. Because how many of us, when we go through chaos, really want to sit in the chaos? Most of the time, we're looking to change something so we don't stay in the chaos. And that's the whole theme to why the chaos shows up, so we're willing to change something. Now, in addition to, we have the moon and with Jupiter and Uranus being in a square with each other. We also want to take a look at the moon is in a conjunction with Saturn. Now, when we think about Saturn's energy, Saturn is about your structure, your foundation. It's also about your boundaries, and it's about a reset. So on this particular day, 22nd of February, there's some help there to reset something, to start something new, to maybe set up a boundary, redirect something so it's more on you. And this is going to be leading into that conversation I had earlier. So that's that energy to help you put things in perspective, like what's really important and what's not important. So there you have that conjunction with Saturn. So that's a powerful thing to help you out with. And do keep in mind that Saturn is in Pisces energy. Pisces is about your intuition. It's about bringing things into flow. It's about trusting your gut intuition. So listening to what your higher consciousness is saying to you, that can lead you right into your flow of the day, which is very powerful. In addition to that, we also have, I'm sorry, let me come back a second. We do not have a conjunction with the moon and Saturn. We have a sextile. And pretty much the same thing. The moon and Saturn, there's support there. Well, anytime we have anything going on with the moon and the planet in a sextile, that means there's comparability. That means they're helping each other. The moon is helping Saturn. Leo is helping Pisces. So I misspoke on that. I looked at my notes incorrectly. So that's still a really good thing, because this is about your structure. This is about how can you formulate new boundaries when it comes to your foundation. Your foundation could be your body, your work space, your relationships. There's a reset there, something to start over. Here's where the conjunction sits. We have Venus. Now we speak of Venus. Venus is the planet of love, relationship, beauty, money, and also how you value yourself, self-value, self-worth, self-respect. There's a conjunction with Mars. Both are in Aquarius, which is the visionary. Now, Mars is about taking action. It's about giving you the energy, the endurance, the strength, the power, the focus to take action. Now, when you take all these aspects for today and you bring them all together, there's a lot of support for each and every one of us to get on track with something, to really pay attention to what it is you want to start up, What is it you want to build? What is it you want to have the support from all of these planets, from the universe, from heaven, from the earth, higher power, and of course yourself and relationships as well. So we break this down, and then I'm going to move into my story. If we break this down, we have the daily moon in Leo. We have Saturn with that sextile in Pisces. So Pisces is flow. Keep that in mind. Pisces flow, Pisces intuition. Pisces is that connection with your spiritual communication, spiritual intuition. Then we have Venus and Mars both in Aquarius, which is the visionary, creating a vision for yourself. What vision do you have for yourself going forward? What vision do you have for yourself going forward? How can you utilize the Mars energy to take the action you're looking to take as of right now? How can you allow that Venus energy to align the relationship that you have for yourself and valuing yourself enough to want to take action in regards to that vision that you hold? This is all about the vision that you hold for yourself. Where do you see yourself in a year from now? Where do you see yourself in 6 months from now? What big goal or intention do you have that you want to create into that vision? In addition to, as I said earlier, we have Jupiter and Uranus, both in Taurus energy. That's your relationship. Relationship with self, relationship with others, relationship with money. So much going on there, and we're going to go back into that Leo energy in reference to, again, change. What are you willing to change? Where do you want your freedom? Where do you want your freedom? You hold that vision. You have a vision, whatever that vision is. And maybe you're not even thinking about your vision just yet. Maybe you haven't even thought about your vision. This is an opportunity. We literally are in the middle of the second month of 2024. This is your opportunity to start really thinking about, what is your vision? What do you see yourself as? What do you want to be? What do you want to be? No matter what age you are, you could just be graduating from high school or elementary school or middle school or college, or been working for the last 30 years of your life, getting ready for the retirement. There's still a vision that you need to focus in on and utilize all this amazing energy from Leo, from Pisces, from Taurus. All this amazing energy from Aquarius. And let's not forget, we have this amazing full moon that's coming in this weekend, which is really going to help us set the tone to release what we need to release so we can really see that vision more clearly. And one last thing I want to talk about before I dive into my story is we also have a big shift coming in tomorrow, the 23rd, where Mercury, the planet of communication, the planet that helps us to learn, to teach, to listen, to speak, self-expression. It's also responsible for technology. And not that this has anything to do with anything, but if any of you are listening to what's going on with on the news right now with all the different platforms, Verizon, T-Mobile, and I think AT&T, something like that. There's a lot of communication confusion going on right now. Doesn't surprise me because Mercury is getting ready for its transition out of Aquarius into Pisces. So that's quite interesting. And I'll have a whole live about that. If not today, definitely Saturday night at some point, to share with you about this powerful energy of Mercury moving into Pisces. So again, this is some interesting energy and energy to support you on your journey. So here's my story that I want to share today based on my challenge. As I was saying, that this story was inspired by a conversation I was having with a friend, client, and colleague. And she was sharing with me that she's thinking about training, I think she said, for a marathon. And there's that real topic here, because again, remember the date today is that 22. What do you want to build? What do you want to build? What do you focus on? You being the master builder, what are you focused on? So my big question to her was, okay, well, that's great that you want to get ready for a marathon. The question that I had, and I always ask myself as well, where are you at your starting point? Like, what is your, and I'm gonna use this term. What is the fitness level that you're at this point? How long have you been doing, let's say, because she's gonna be doing a marathon, is she running already? Like, what is her mileage right now? How many days a week is she running to train for this? Is she doing any type of strength training? What's her what is her stretching program looks like? Because again, if her goal is to run a marathon, and I think she said she's running this marathon in the summer, that's in June or July. We're already in February. So here's the share and here's the teach. If you're somebody out there who is considering wanting to do some sort of training for something, doesn't matter what it is, you need a starting point, and you also need to set up a schedule. That's that Virgo energy, by the way, a schedule to how frequently you're going to need to do what you need to do so you can actually fulfill the goal you're looking to fulfill for whatever it is you're looking to train for. So I'm going to use me for an example because I think it's easier. When I was competing back in my heyday of competitions, and let's say, for example, most of the time when I did my competitions, I always planned to do a competition sometime in June. So what I would usually start to do is the year prior, I would start thinking about the competition, take a look at where I was symmetry wise, diet wise, and then start asking myself, okay, so what would I need to do now so I could be in the shape that I want to be in for the time competition gets here? So there's the whole process that goes along with the journey of reaching whatever the goal is. And remember, because of this energy of the 22nd and all these planets helping you out, and we are in the age of Aquarius, so it is about the vision. What vision do you hold for yourself? So if you were looking to do a bodybuilding competition, what's your vision? How do you see yourself? What's the physique look like? What's the training look like? How many days a week? What's the diet look like? Preparing yourself for that, as opposed to coming up to this decision that, oh, I want to do a competition, and the competition's in June, and this is already February. So what do we have? February, March, April, May, June. That's 4 months. Now, is that a realistic time frame to really be prepared and to show up the way I would want to show up in that competition? Now, I have, in fact, my last competition, which was back in 2014, I was 44. I decided at that time, I don't know, 16 weeks out, I decided that I was going to train for a competition. And prior to that, I haven't trained for a competition in, oh my God, probably 10 years. However, because I keep myself in shape and training constantly, in my mind, I didn't think it was too big of a stretch for me to complete what the goal was. It was just really about changing my dietary habits, which, believe it or not, was not as easy as I thought it was going to be, considering I dieted before for competition. I forgot. It's going back to eating the same way. Yeah, after not doing it for 10 years, it was not that easy. It was very challenging, and although yes, I did compete, I did well, but that's also because there was not as much competition for bodybuilding back there as there was for other divisions. So anyway, the point of why I'm sharing this with you today is that if you do have a goal in mind, an intention, a vision of something that you would like to complete, such as my friend, student, and colleague, where she is looking to do a marathon down the road, the idea is to really get clear, super clear with yourself to how many days a week am I going to need to train? Not just in reference to getting out to do the run, because that itself is part of the training, but in reference to having the endurance, the strength, the leg strength to run, the cardiovascular strength to withstand that marathon so she can complete what she's looking to complete, Does she have a goal where she wants to like come in, let's say, first place or the first 20? What is her goal set? What is her vision? And these are things that you want to ask yourself. And you also want to be realistic in reference to challenging yourself and saying, well, what would I need to do for this? Now, I know I have known in the past many people who have trained for marathons, and they literally train. I know this one person when she was training for a marathon, she literally trained for 5 years before she did her first marathon. So she can get to that point where she wanted to get to, so she can do well in the marathon. 5 years, the preparation, the strength, the conditioning that her body, her mind needed to be in so she can complete the marathon. She did really, really well. I think she came in like the first 5. She came in, she did really well. But this is about the preparation. This is about the vision you hold, and more importantly, this is about the commitment, the consistency, the discipline, the motivation to making sure you do what it is you need to do to fulfill whatever that vision you have for yourself. So important to pay attention to that. Now, the other reason why I'm sharing this, as she and I had a conversation briefly about, she realized that yes, she needs to start planning, setting up some boundaries in regards to timing that she can get her strength training in, which is where I come into play with her. And she and I will talk about that. And something you may need to think about is like, okay, well, are you motivated and disciplined and determined enough to do this strength training portion on your own? Do you need someone to guide you in reference to your nutritional plan? Because again, if you're running a marathon, you do need to be conditioned for the marathon. So it's not eating the normal way you would eat if you're not training for a marathon. So there's so many different factors to take into play in reference to the timing. What time are you going to get your strength training in and keep it consistent? Now, I spoke about timing a couple of lives ago in regards to be more consistent with your strength training. Having a specific time that you do work out is important. It's not about, well, what's the best time to work out? That's not what this is about. It really is knowing that a specific time on your calendar, that you're blocking out a specific time to do what you need to do to reach the goal you're looking to go to attain. So if you know that 7 p.m. is really not the best time for you to be doing your workout because you have other obligations and you just know you're tired at that time, then 7 p.m. would not be the best time for you to do your strength training. It wouldn't work because everything's going to get in the way and excuses are going to happen and you're just not going to fulfill that commitment. And at the end of the day, you're not going to fulfill the vision that you have for yourself. So it's really important to getting super clear to when is the best time for you to get in your strength training, to get in your stretching, to get in your meals, preparing your meals for that matter, because that plays a big part of it as well. So there's a lot that goes in to making this commitment for yourself. So again, that Saturn energy that's in Pisces right now about setting boundaries and creating that foundation you're looking to create for yourself. Specifically, it's relating to some sort of goal that you have for your own physical body. That's something very important that you have to really sketch it out and get super clear to what's going to work for you and be super clear and determined to do it and not allow things to get in the way that's going to defer and say, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to do the goal I set out for this year because I didn't set my time right. So if this is important for you, if this is something that you really see as your vision to accomplish, then you have to make sure you're doing all the different steps to make that vision a reality. And you have the help of the planets, specifically today's energy. And you have this whole Aquarian energy to hold the vision for yourself. So whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish, specifically it's relating to let's say if you want to write a book, making the time to sit down, pen to paper or typing or however your style is to writing that book, that you get your chapters in. You may sit back and say, okay, I'm going to write 500 words a day or 1,000 words a day until I complete the book I'm looking to complete. You know, for me, because I think I've written 6 books. My mission that helped me was I set down time, and I would say, okay, I'm going to write for about an hour, and whatever amount of words I would get in the hour is how I finished. Most importantly for me was having an end date. So I would say to myself, okay, this book, I would like to have it ready and published and gone in reference to in people's hands by this period of time. And that kept me on track to making sure I did what I needed to do. And yes, of course, there was some moments where things were derailed a little bit because of whatever took place, maybe editing, or maybe there was a big shift in regards to what the chapter was going to be about. So things do happen, however, you're in charge of that. So you have to set the tone to your commitment. How much time are you going to be able to dedicate to what that vision is for you? So if you sit back and say, for 2024, my vision is to have 3 new books published and ready to go by the end of the year, and those books are big books, and you have to set the time of how much writing are you going to do. Now, if you're only going to dedicate 1 day a week for writing, you're probably not going to meet the commitment that you set for yourself, because 1 day a week of writing, unless you're spending the entire day doing it, is probably not a good enough a good amount of time to complete that desire you have. So you have to really get super clear to what it is you wish to do. So I thought that conversation I was having with my my friend earlier was a really powerful conversation, because as she told me about the fact that she wants to get ready for a marathon, it was different things that she had to put in perspective in reference to the timing for her to do her training. Because again, running a marathon means you have to prepare for it. It's not something that you can just wake up today and look on the calendar and say, okay, 30 days from now, I'm going to run a marathon. I don't think so. I'm not saying it's not possible. It's very possible. There's plenty of coaches out there that focus on the vision that you hold for yourself, and you see yourself completing that marathon, and that is possible in 30 days to be in the shape that you want to be in and to do it. Very possible, assuming you have that mindset to do just that. Anything is possible once you set your mindset to doing it. The big question is, do you have the mindset? So if there's something you're looking to complete and it's in a shorter period of time, are you ready to commit and commit and discipline yourself enough time to do that in that short period of time? Now, again, understanding that time theoretically is a human factor, not a spiritual factor, that we can literally collapse time. Again, another thing I've learned over the years with working with different mentors, that whatever your vision is, such as my friend who's looking to do a marathon, the vision that she has, she can literally in her mind's eye see whatever it is she has that vision for, and see that happening for her right now. And every single day, 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, sitting in that vision where her body feels like she's already doing it. And then before you know it, the day that she goes, everything just works so nicely for her. So again, you do have the planners to help you out here. And if you are that person that is really good at your mindset and shifting things into perspective, and there is something that you have a vision for, something really big, and you're thinking, okay, this is something I like to do, and you're thinking to yourself, you don't have enough time to do it in because it's maybe 3 months from now or 6 months from now, and you're like, oh my God, reach out to me. I do have a colleague that I can refer you to. She's great at mindset shifting and helping you to visualize that intention into your reality sooner than later. Again, though, you do need to have the mindset to knowing and believing and really trusting that this can happen for you in a shorter period of time. But you do have the planets to help you here. So what I would like to do to end today's topic based on our conversation, I did the sharing, I'm going to do a little teaching. For today's energy, what I would like you to do is, whatever your vision is, I want you to get a cup of water, fill the cup of water up by halfway, and I want you to sit with that water in your hands, Set your timer for 2:22. So 2 minutes and 22 seconds, set your timer. Hold the water in your hand, and I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to begin to visualize whatever that vision is. So if your vision, like my friend, is looking to run the marathon at the time, the day and time that she's looking to run the marathon, visualize whatever that vision is and see yourself in the process of actually doing it, completing it, and the end result. Hold that vision in your mind for that 2.5 minutes, 2.22 seconds. Hold that vision in your mind. 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Hold that vision in your mind. Once the clock goes off, take the water, drink it, and just know that your vision has already manifested. And do that today in today's energy, in the 22, on the 22 energy. Like I said, if you're watching this video on the 23rd, of course you can go ahead and do the exercise. Why not? It's all a matter of mindset. You know, if anything, again, 222 is a very powerful number. It's an angel number reminding you to keep your faith and trust the process. And that 22 is your big reminder that you are the master builder. So whatever your vision is for yourself, whether you want to become a self-published author, you want to do a marathon, you want to prepare yourself for a bodybuilding competition, whatever it is that you're looking to do, set the vision up for yourself. See the vision in your mind's eye. Spend every single day 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, whatever you want in that vision. So you can feel it. You need to feel it, and you definitely need to see yourself in the process of it happening, what it feels like when it's happening, the end result of that vision. If you never see the end result and you never feel what it feels like, it's not going to feel right to you. And the concept is that the end result and the feeling is what the universe picks up on. And the universe has absolutely no idea that it is or is not happening at the time that you're visualizing it. And before you know it, you might just really have the energy to do what you need to do and make things happen. So use today's energy to do just that. Inspire yourself. Start asking yourself, what's inspiring you to do what it is you're desiring to do? What is giving you the motivation? What is giving you that, let's get up and do something? Like, for example, as I have this challenge going, 30 days to share, teach, and inspire each and every one of you. At the time when I created this challenge, excuse me, I created it so I can come and share with you all the things that I do to give you a better understanding of what it is I do. For those of you who've known me since I'm a little girl and starting this industry, you know me as a personal trainer, which is great. But there's so much more to me. There is so much more to me as the holistic integrated teacher, Reiki master, Reiki teacher. There's so much to me. And I want to make sure that I'm getting in front of the right people that need what I have to offer. So I do want to put it out there again for those of you who are watching this between February 22nd right through February 25th. On February 25th, I'm offering a full moon meditation. I'm sorry, a full moon circle at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time in honor of the full moon in Virgo. Virgo energy is very big this year because, again, Virgo is the zodiac sign that is about your schedule, it's about organizing, and it's very much about your body system. And when we hold the vision for ourselves, it really is about making that connection with your mind and body, embodying the physical strength, the determination, the motivation, and the commitment to do whatever it is you're looking to do. Otherwise, you lose your motivation, you lose your desire. You lose your motivation and you lose your desire, where if you're not seeing the results you're looking to see right away, that gets demotivating. And that can stop you right in your tracks. So it's so important to embody the reason why you're looking to do whatever that vision is. Like for me, I share on my Facebook page, many of you have seen it, that I'm working on my push-ups. And once upon a time, prior to, I don't know, I don't even remember the date. I used to be able to do 100 push-ups at one shot, straight through with no rest, whatever not. And somewhere along the line, due to all my moving that I've done, I strained my shoulder and my elbow, and it sort of set me back. And I forget exactly when I just decided to start doing push-ups again, and realizing that I had to start off slow. I could do definitely with no problem 20 push-ups, 30 push-ups. And then I wanted to push myself and encourage myself and challenge myself to make sure I can get more than that. And hopefully that's also encouraging all of you out there, specifically you ladies over 40, to challenge yourself enough to want to get stronger and doing that for yourself. So whatever the exercise is, it could be push-ups, it could be squats, it could be overhead press, it could be pull-ups, it could be bicep curls, it could be whatever the exercise is that's going to help strengthen you, to help you get stronger. You could start with 1 rep and work your way up to how many repetitions you can do. It's the vision you hold for yourself. So what vision are you holding for yourself right now? What is it that you would like to see different about you a year from now? Because that's the real big part of it. If you do not create a vision for yourself now, what are you going to have to look forward to in a year from now? So it really is up to you. You are in charge as the master builder based on today's date. You are in charge to building something fantastic for you and being the best version of who you are. So you can be that stronger version of you and successful version of you. And as I say to many, if we just constantly focus on that vision of being successful and having fame and wealth, but we're not focusing on our physical body of getting stronger, we may not have the health to have the wealth. So pay attention to that. I'd like to thank all of you who are chiming in to say hi. I know there was a whole bunch of you who were watching, but you didn't say hi to me. I wished you did. I appreciate you all being here with me. And like I said, this will be on a replay. And this is my day 18 of my 30 days. And I'm not as consistent as I thought I was going to be in reference to coming on and sharing something every single day with you to encourage you, teach you, share, and inspire. But I am doing it, and I will make my 30 days. It just is going to take me a lot longer than I figured. Anyway, enjoy this energy. Enjoy this powerful day that we have. Remember, this is a once in a lifetime energy. We will never have this energy again. This 222, 2024 energy, we will never have again. It's just that simple. Why won't we have this again? Because the reality of it all is the energy in itself. The planets on how everything is flowing for where we are right now, we will never experience this energy again. So really tap into the energy, tap into the moon's sextile into the moon's sextile with Saturn, your structure. Work on your structure, work on your foundation, work on those boundaries. You know, put yourself on your calendar. Take care of your physical body. Make sure you are strong enough to do the things that you need to do in your physical world and also in the spiritual realm. Then in addition to that, Venus in conjunction with Mars. There's power there, where there's so much power between Venus and Mars helping you to be the best version of you and have the energy, feeling strong, feeling powerful, feeling motivated, feeling confident. So use that conjunction to work together. Then that square between Moon and Jupiter, that expansion, the expansion, the challenges that come through to get you to move, to get you to do something different. The square between Moon and Uranus, again, waking you up. Maybe you've been sleeping. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. There's amazing, amazing energy we have coming through with Mercury moving into Pisces, bringing our communication, connecting that flow, that intuition, connecting with spirit, and then the full moon that flows in by the weekend. Lots going on. So use all of this so you could tap into the vision that you hold for yourself. And whatever it is that you're being inspired to do, aspiring to accomplish, make sure you're setting up the schedule so you can complete whatever it is you want to complete, and giving yourself the right amount of time to do whatever it is, and being realistic with yourself. being really realistic with yourself, noting that we speak about this Virgo energy, that when we talk about Pluto transiting Virgo in the 6th house, this is really about the transformation with your body, the transformation with your schedule, the transformation to embody your body. You know, this is the time of your life to become the healthiest version of you. And what does that look like? What does the healthiest version of you look like? And what will you need to do so you can make that happen? I'm going to leave you on that note. Enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, bye-bye for now. And again, if you do need to reach me, questions, comments, or you are someone who is getting themselves ready for some sort of big competition, marathon, whatever it might be, and you need a little support, you need to put together a schedule, you need to strength train, please reach out to me. Keep me in mind to help you get to where you need to go. Love to do that for you. And you can email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I will check you all out later. Have an amazing day.